Hello everybody all over the world. How are you today? My name is Ronnie Sarangaya from Tokyo, Japan. Ronnie is a pseudonym. Ronnie is making the YouTube video to try to disseminate divine mission or precious teachings of the incarnate God Master Kanichi Otsuka. Today I made a special video for you, the people all over the world. Title of this YouTube is The day has come that humanity open their mind eye and follow the divine way. Subtitle says, Incarnate God Master Kanichi Otsuka saves humanity by his divine power. Alright. Let me first introduce Master Kanichi Otsuka here. Master Kanichi Otsuka was born on Shikoku Island in Japan on 3rd May 1891. Even as a child, he predicted the future, cured the sick, and invented many devices. People looked up to him as a wonder child. Over a period of 10 years, he traveled widely and confirmed the reality of his divine power, not only around Japan, but also throughout Korea, Manchuria, Mongolia, and China. He visited high mountains and deep ravines where no humanity had set foot before. During these years, he exercised his divine power and confirmed his inborn unity as a fundamental principle of the universe. He taught people the divine way, the truth common to all fields, including medicine, education, and politics. Since ascending to heaven in 1972, he has constantly worked great miracles to help people throughout the 3 stages of their existence. He was descended at Awa in Shikoku Island in Japan, divine country, in 19th century. Awa is very famous for Awa Odori, Awa dance. And Ronnie Sarangaya is not in a position to show his picture in this PowerPoint because pictures has copyright. So would you please click below URL if you want to take his precious photographs. He visited the Asian continent when he was young, in his 20s to 30s, kind of 10 years to understand his own divine power. He tried to clarify what his own power is. Starting the, Japan, Shikoku, and Osaka, going to Busan in Korea, and mainland China, and finally going to Mongolia. Basically, he was walking or ride on a horse. Alright, 10 years. Here, I'd like to more than happy to present his one of the precious teaching. I'll read. Not a single person has been born into this world under his or her own power. Every single person has been born thanks to all-encompassing natural law it is, the divine way. Yet, owing to the amazing development of material science, modern humans have lost sight of natural law and the divine way. They have convinced themselves that all things are possible by their own powers alone. They deviate from nature's reason, and that generates contradictions that impose on humanity. In today's world, these contradictions are causing chaos and friction in everything of no matter what magnitude, and we are at the risks of humanity's demise. Our introspective reassessment of ourselves will show that human beings are totally incapable of living under their own power. For example, when we swallow food, it becomes nutrition and blood, and the nutrients are equally supplied to exhausted parts of the body. In time becoming bones, muscle, hair, nails, and the like, and even while we sleep our hearts beat and we continue to breathe. If in so doing, human beings are able to live out their allotted lifespans of 50 or 100 years or whatever. If we closely watch the way we are given life, it becomes clear that at work here is a prodigious way of God. It is natural law. We will also no doubt notice how weak our own powers are. Therefore, no matter how splendid their own powers may be, there is no way for human beings to fully manifest their own true worth other than by acting in accord with all encompassing natural law, the way of God. If the self truly desires happiness, then the only thing to be done is submit to the law by which the self comes into being and is allowed to remain in existence. In the universe there is assuredly a great law that causes the creation and constant change of all things. That law is the divine way, in religious parlance, truth in the language of philosophy, and the fundamental principle of the existence of all things in the world of science. Accordingly, if humanity desires true happiness and perpetual advancement, people should immediately abandon the error of excessive self-confidence, open the mind eye, awaken to the existence of the natural road, it is the divine way, and strive to set things right in accordance with that law. Only after having done so will today's worldwide chaos and frictions, strife, be resolved, and give way to the ideal society beyond imagining. If we, on the other hand, human beings continued on their present course with excessive self-confidence, humanity will, in direct proportion to the extent of today's highly developed material science culture, proceed at breakneck speed down the road to ruin. Okay, how do you like this precious teachings? Very deep, yeah. And this page explains to you Master Gani Chosuke's ascendance to his divine position. Master Gani Chosuke ascended on May 18th, 1972. This is called Goshinza in Japanese Chinese character. Ascended to divine position and means returning to God. He was 81 years old. Master Gani Chosuke, who saved a lot of followers and people from death agony by letting them to go to heaven through miraculous transmigration phenomena, represented the unimaginable divinity at his time of his last moment in this planet. After ascending, it took until February the next year before the farewell service is ready to be formally settled, and in about 9 full months between that, his holy divine body didn't change at all. It was warm and soft as glossy without any change. Master Gani Chosuke returned to divine position after executing his great divine task on this planet and implement another important salvation planning in the universe. Such being the case, his ascending was not the end but the beginning of the brilliant new age. It was in February 6th in 1973 that the intermezzo service was held, and his holy divine body was rested in the Divine Advent Castle at Mount Manju, located in the west part of Tokyo Prefecture, Japan. Holy sacred place of ultimate Shintoism. Okay. Lastly, I'll reveal his prophecy. If my teaching, it is the ultimate Japanese Shintoism spread to the world, and humanity follow the way of God, the fear of death will disappear from all over the people. The time has come that every single person will be able to do Sublime Transmigration to enter the paradise in Buddhism, heaven in Christianity. When humanity loses fear of death, people will be able to take advantage of their own natural talents to the best of their lives on this planet. Alright. This is the last page as a recruiter of the Divine Army soldiers in Zambia. This is an epilogue from Ronnie. Can you hear that? What is the tone of the music of the beautiful corpse that is unspeakable? You can also hear the footsteps of the march, waving their hands wide and raising their feet, one by one, one by one. Who are they? Yes, they are the very soldiers of divine army who turn this world into heaven on earth. 15 loved disciples by God, shadow warriors without weapons. They are the true disciples of the real God, Master Kanichotsuka. They started marching toward the secret divine castle of Mount Manju, located in the west part of Tokyo, Japan, the divine country, where Master Kanichotsuka is awaiting their arrival. It finally begins. The door of the kingdom of God opens. Come on, everybody. Let's all join that march all together. The kingdom of God is finally starting. Thank you very much for your intensive listening. Bye now.